What up, guys? It's Joe Dub. I'm here to talk some fantasy football, and this episode's subject is Yahoo's top 10 projected QBs. Standard scoring with 4-point passing touchdowns. I'm going to tell you Yahoo's season's projections, the players' current ADPs, give you my thoughts and opinions on all that, plus some more on the players in general. So let's get the ball rolling. Number one on the list is Josh Allen. Yahoo's got him projected for just under 3,800 yards, 26 TDs with 11 picks, 500 yards rushing with 11 touchdowns. ADP is right in the second round at the moment. And last year he finished as the number 2 overall fantasy quarterback. My opinion, these numbers are pretty unspectacular. Extremely average, except for those double-digit rushing touchdowns. He's done that 2 years in a row now, but his passing has just dropped off the map as soon as they got rid of Stephon Diggs. I worry about these rushing touchdowns because it makes me scared about his health. Like, he's not an elusive runner the way Lamar Jackson is. He's more of a, man, he's like a fullback. Like, he'll do some acrobatic stuff that's super exciting, but oh my God. I'm ready for the dude to just, like, his shoulder's just going to get busted, and he'll end up like Cam Newton. And I don't mean Cam Newton who's dresses like a peacock. I mean Cam Newton who couldn't throw the football no more. Not to mention, since he lost Stephon Diggs, they keep looking for someone to step up for him to throw to, a reliable weapon. Khalil Shakir is just fine and all, but he's nothing fancy. I mean, he's like just a little slot Julian Edelman type. He's not one of those game-breaking talents like Keon Coleman could be, or Dalton Kincaid could be, but neither one seem to act like they can really put that next foot forward. So I'm worried about it. Worried about Josh Allen's health. He's such a nice guy, and his wife is super hot. If you haven't seen Sinners, she could definitely suck my blood. So, speaking of my blood, second round is a little too high for Josh Allen, in my opinion. Number 2 on the list is the guy I consider to be the real number 1 quarterback, and that's Lamar Jackson. Yahoo has him at a little over 3,600 yards throwing, 30 passing TDs to 9 interceptions, 832 yards rushing with 4 touchdowns. He's also going in the second round, along with Josh, and he was last year's number 1 fantasy QB by a pretty wide margin. But that's with throwing for 4,000 yards and rushing for 930 some passing touchdowns. I don't remember the exact number. Maybe even had 40. But he seems to be getting better every year throwing the ball. Even though his weapons aren't super flashy, he just seems to get the ball to whoever is open. And that's what you really want. He always runs for a solid 800 to 900 yards. Never been big on the rushing touchdowns, but the whole package he keeps bringing together is phenomenal for fantasy football. The dude runs like the wind, but he avoids the hits. He doesn't put his head down and try to be a fullback like Allen will at times. Like he knows when to get down, he knows when to get out of bounds, and he's just so fast, it's hard for people to touch him. So in my opinion, he's worth the ADP in the second round more than Josh Allen. I'm not a big first couple round quarterback drafter, but if that's how you want to build your team, you want to have that stud, Lamar Jackson's your guy. Next on the list at number 3 is Jaden Daniels. Yahoo's penciling him in for 3,700 passing yards, 26 TDs, 11 picks, 755 on the ground with 6 more rushing touchdowns. ADP in the third round, and last year finished at QB number 5. Even though he missed a couple games, and I remember that because I had him last year. He was a great pick in the late rounds. My problem with him this year is his ADP at QB number 3. That seems real high. You're drafting him at his max. I mean, he is a great passer already, but last year when he did get hurt, those rushing numbers just dropped. He was mediocre at best, and that cost me. I was in the running for a bye. I was one of the top teams in my league, and I dropped and had to scrap for one of those final playoff spots. And then he turned it back on. He got healthy again and started rushing a little bit more. So is he going to be the pocket passer? Is he going to be the runner? What's going to happen this year? Terry McLaurin isn't really doing anything right now besides asking for a trade. And what is that offense going to look like if they do trade away McLaurin? That'd just be scary. You got old-ass Debo, who no one's afraid of no more. And guess what? Zach Ertz is still a tight end in the NFL, catching balls in Washington because Cliff Kingsbury just has a giant hard-on for the dude and keeping the Senate on the bench, even though he's a young guy that could actually probably do a little more with the football besides fall down as soon as he catches it. So we'll see about Jaden Daniels. Got to get Terry in camp, and I'm sure he'll be just fine. But like I said, you're drafting him at his max. I might rather have the next QB on the list. And that guy goes by the name of Jalen Hurts, quarterback number 4. Yahoo's got him projected for 3,300 yards, 21 passing TDs to 9 picks. Only 500 and some rushing yards, but 14 rushing touchdowns. ADP also round 3. Last year finished at QB 8, but he also missed a couple games due to injury. Now those 14 touchdowns, yeah, that could be low. The dude could have 15, 16. The tush push is still around. He's a lock for double-digit touchdowns. And like Lamar Jackson, he does it in a way where he's not really putting himself susceptible to that injury. That tush push, he's all guarded. He's all bundled up, and the dude squats 1 billion pounds. I think he'll be okay. I actually like his upside more than even Jaden Daniels. Because remember him in the Super Bowl a few years ago? The dude can sling the football when he needs to. He's got a couple great offensive weapons wide receiving wise in A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. They can all get the job done. But they're just so damn good at running the football, and they just whoop ass for the first half. So they don't have to do shit in the second besides just hand off to Saquon Barkley. I mean, they don't ask him for much. He doesn't have to be the superstar. Hey, maybe some injuries happen on that defense. Heaven forbid, we don't want no one to get hurt. But all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts has to throw the ball a little more? And you know he's still going to get the tush push? I mean, he's a lock for a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion. And I still haven't had him yet in fantasy. Maybe this will finally be my year. Coming in at number 5 on Yahoo's projections is Joey B. Joe Burrow. Joe Cool over there in Cincinnati. They got him at 4,400 yards, 34 TDs, 11 picks. And he don't really run. He'll probably sneak in for a couple touchdowns and run for his life a time or two. His ADP's in the 4th round, so we're getting down there a little bit. But still, he's one of the top guys. He's in the top tier, they say, of quarterbacks and the only pocket passer in this group. He really needs these stats. He needs to throw for 4,000 yards and 30 to 40 touchdowns to deliver on picking him up this high. He doesn't have that rushing base like Josh Allen has the touchdowns, Hurts has the touchdowns, Daniels and Lamar have the yards, and then you got Joey B, who's just going to sling the rock. Will he be able to keep doing that? Well, he's probably going to have to because that defense still fucking sucks. And their best defensive player still isn't practicing because, he wants to be paid fairly, and the Bengals have a problem opening up their wallet unless, I don't know, Joe Burrow wants his guys to get paid. They're not listening to him on this one. Points are fun, offensive fun. So if their defense sucks, I don't think they mind too much. When it comes down to his ADP, it's all right. I suppose it can be where it is as long as he delivers. My only issue with it is I think Baker Mayfield can put up really similar numbers to Joe Burrow, and you can get him quite a few rounds later, at least 2 or 3 rounds later, not have to pay that super high price you're doing for Joey. And that brings us to our next quarterback. Not Baker, but Our Mahomie Patrick Mahomes. Yahoo has him projected for over 4,200 passing yards, over 30 touchdowns, 270 yards on the ground with 2 more. His ADP is in the 5th round, so people seem to agree with that. Seem to agree with Yahoo on here, and I don't. What in the shit are they thinking here? I mean, this is a huge leap from what he's been doing over the last couple years. Casey's defense still is holding the fort down for them. They don't need to put up points. There's been a lot of talk of, oh, KC is going to air it out. They're really going to start airing it out again. Are they? I mean, you guys are basing a lot off just people talking shit. Look at what is actually going on there. Rashee Rice, yeah, he'll be back. Well, until he gets suspended for that little joyride he went on the freeway, which apparently the suspension could be, everyone seems to be thinking an 8-game suspension, but he'll probably get it knocked down to 6. Still, there's a third of your fantasy season. Almost half until you get to the playoffs, week 15. So 6 out of 14 weeks. Okay. Whatever. And that'll still leave him with just Xavier Worthy. One hell of a Super Bowl. Can he play like that all year? Or is this Philly saying, yeah, whatever, go ahead. We got this. We're not too worried about this no more. So Xavier Worthy and Kelsey. Now, you heard me talk about Kelsey already. The dude wants to prove he's not washed. I have no doubt. But is that really going to, all those things add up to Patrick Mahomes throwing for 4,000 yards again? I'm sorry. I ain't buying it. I want nothing to do with this guy. Mahomie, Mr. Kermit can just go sit along, play the banjo. All right, moving on. Number 7 on the list is Kyler Murray, Arizona's little buddy over there. 3,600 yards, 24-11 are his passing projections. 549 and 5 are his rushing stats that Yahoo believes for some reason is going to occur. Well, actually, they're not that bad at projections. They're not that good either. I mean, it slots him in on Yahoo's list at number 7, but his ADP is in the 9th round. It's the worst ADP of all the guys on this list because we all know better. He's not that good. He's not that bad. He's a guy that's a starting quarterback that might have some upside, but we're still waiting for it to really take off. It never has. It probably never will. The only weapons he got are Trey McBride, who's a stud, absolutely, and Marvin Harrison Jr., who gained a bunch of weight. Like, it's all muscle because he wants to be bigger and better, but the dude can't separate. He can't get open. I think that was a big bust. That's my opinion on Marvin Harrison Jr. is that he's never really going to be much, and he's going to be a total bust. I know that's pretty harsh, but it's what I think. Anyways, not a lot going on with Kyler Murray. He is who he is. If you like him, you like him. If you don't, like me, I don't dislike him. He still tries to get those little legs moving sometimes, but he's a total meh to me. The guy Yahoo predicts will finish as the number 8 quarterback in fantasy is Bo Nix. They're penciling him in for 3,800 yards, 27 and 12 passing, 412 on the ground with 4 more TDs. Right now, all of us are picking him in the 6th round, which now we're talking for me. He finished number 7 overall last year. Projections have him right in the same 6, 7, 8 category. And I think this dude has a lot more upside than that. I mean, he really turned it on in the second half of last season. Like the oldest rookie quarterback, the most games started in college ever. Like the dude had Tommy Boy Callahan college career. He's there forever. But I think he's got the upside because he's got Sean Payton, the general, putting the offense together for him. Sean Payton chose him, wanted him. We ain't going to do no Drew Brees type shit here. But that just shows that Sean Payton will call an offense that is capable of a 5,000-yard, 40 TD quarterback. If Bo Nix can deliver, I think he'll do that. They did sign Cortland Sutton. keeping him around. So Bo Nix is keeping his number one receiver. Still, those young guys are battling it out for the second receiver spots. Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims. Trying to see who's going to work out that. There's a couple other dudes too. What was that one dude's name? There's a couple more. Like, there's a lot of other options, and then good old Evan, Mr. Boring, reliable. Maybe he's a joker. Maybe RJ Harvey's the new joker. But they still got such a great defense. RJ Harvey, J.K. Dobbins is there. They could just become a running team. I don't know, but I like his upside. I think it's a fair ADP, and he's a cool dude. They need to bring those retro uniforms back. They're gonna, but they need to make them permanent. Anyways, moving on. Number 9 on the list, and I want to know why, Yahoo, do you hate Baker Mayfield so much? Number 9, like, less than Kyler, this just blows my mind. The numbers look good. 4,000 yards, 31 and 13 passing, 235 rushing with 3 TDs. ADP in the 5th round, so we all like him. And he finished QB4 last year. Like, he was the Joe Burrow of last year, while Joe Burrow was still being Joe Burrow things, doing Joe Burrow things. Liam Cohen moved on, but they've lost 2 offensive coordinators in a row, and that has meant absolute jack shit because they keep having a new guy step up, run the offense, and they got Baker out there. They still got Mike Evans, another year older, but I ain't never betting against Mike Evans. I mean, I'm betting against his hamstring at least for a couple games every year. But for the most part, he's going to get 1,000, and he's going to get 8 TDs to a possible TDs up to, double digits is right in there. Godwin, he's coming back from injury still. It might be finally done for him. But at Egbuka, their first-round draft pick out of Ohio State, everything they're saying is this dude is the real mother effing deal, y'all. Stepping right into Godwin's spot. Who knows if Godwin will even get it back. They still got McMillan out there. Cade Otton can still do the tight end. Bucky Irving runs the ball, catch the ball. Rashad White. This team is going to score points, and Laser Mayfield is gonna be leading that offense. And boy, I'm excited about him. He's definitely a guy. If I didn't have a thing for late round quarterbacks, boy, this guy's just so damn cool. Watch that Eli Manning show where he's like undercover. Baker goes undercover in a goofy mask and or nose and hair and hangs out with fans on a tour of the Bucs Stadium. I can't remember the name of it. It's on HBO. Check it out. It's hilarious. Baker Mayfield, awesome. Love him. Rooting for him. All right. The final guy on the list, last spot, number 10. Another one I just don't get these Yahoo projections. But anyways, it is Brock Purdy. 4,000 yards they figure for this guy. 28 TDs, 12 picks, 252, and 3 on the ground. 4,000 yards. Almost 30 passing touchdowns. The dude finished the number 14. He wasn't even 14 QB last year in fantasy. He played the whole year. I have no idea where these things are coming from. I mean, is it because of his awesome receiving weapons? Like Ricky Pearsall, the most badass dude ever. Give me my chain back, motherfucker. Man got shot and still played. Well, hey, Brian Robinson did too a couple years ago. But he got shot in the bum. And I don't know if the circumstances were as cool as being robbed and saying, no, sir, that's my chain. Juwan Jennings is there. He wants to be paid, and he, frankly, deserves it. The dude really stepped up last year when Brandon Ayuk got hurt, and Deebo Samuel sucked. Just played all year. Deebo just sucked, so good luck watching with that. Deebo's washed. He ain't got nothing left. So you got Pearsall and Jennings, some other dudes, I don't know, and they got George Kittle. He's got his boy Kittle, and Kittle's great. We all know it. My buddy Wes knows it. Kittle, whatever his name is. All that does not add up to 4,000 yards, especially a healthy Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, he can catch the ball. You know, he's always had that option, but they should be able to run the ball even better. So, after all that, his ADP of being in the 8th round is pretty late. You're not wasting really anything taking a shot on him. I just like some guys going that Yahoo have listed after Brock here, and that's what I'm going to talk about next. Our honorable mentions. Starting off this list is Jared Goff. No disrespect for this guy ever. Number 6 QB last year. He's been top 12 year after year. I know everyone's sketchy about the new OC. How's that going to look with Mr. Ben Johnson being gone now, head coach in Chicago? You can't go wrong with him. I don't see much changing, at least for Goff. Justin Fields. Talk about one more last chance to be a starting quarterback. He can always run. He's great at that. He's a 1,000-yard rusher, but the dude, I don't know. He never seems to throw for over 150 yards in a game, and isn't that the point of the quarterback? That's really going to suck for Garrett Wilson. I mean, can Fields be a quarterback? Can he ever learn to throw the ball? I don't know. I ain't trusting it. Caleb Williams. Well, we're going to find out about him. Ben Johnson is there, and Ben Johnson's offense. Goff played really, really well, but Goff is an actual quarterback. Caleb's a big deal, always has been. He can play off script. He can make something happen out of nothing. Well, how about, can you just make something happen out of the way it's planned? Take your 3-5-step drop, hit a receiver in the hands. How you doing? Keep it moving. Drive him down the field. Or do you got to let the play break down because you're confused, don't know what the fuck is going on, and just start running around and playing like in the sand? You're going to get injured, you're going to keep getting sacked, and you're not as physically talented. Like, there was a big gap between him and the other players in college. Now you're in the pros. These dudes are going to murder you. Figure out how to play quarterback or move along. Dak Prescott. Now this guy's fun. A healthy Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb has been every bit as successful as Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and everyone loves that. So is that going to happen this year? We'll see. He's got his best number 2 receiver since Amari Cooper was teamed up with CeeDee Lamb, with George Pickens showing up, and you know they don't have no fucking running backs. There ain't going to be no running game. They just need Dak to stay healthy. And there goes my cat. She's being a bitch. She knows I'm having fun here. Anyways, a healthy Dak could be a big, big, big season. Final spot on honorable mention, Drake May. And I'm still, come on, Yahoo, really? Drake May, a top 15 guy? What? Because Mike Vrabel is going to have a pat? Come on. Vrabel's about defense and running the football. He had Derrick Henry. Tennessee always had a great D. I don't know how they figured Drake May, because he runs the ball, because he's athletic. Whatever. I don't know this guy can even. There's people not on this list that Yahoo thinks are going to be even worse, like Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud, dudes that have been top 10 fantasy quarterbacks, and Yahoo's predicting Drake May for higher than that. That's just absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. Well, that's that. That was Yahoo's top 10 projected QBs with my thoughts, my opinions, my sarcasm, everything I got coming through loud and clear, I hope. If you like it, then you know what to do. You hit that like button, and you subscribe to this shit so you can hear me talk about more stuff. Next up will be either running backs or receivers. I'm going to keep it going on. So anyways, y'all take care. Peace.